to all dear students. In this video, we will be discussing about drugs for cough. First of all, what is cough? As you can see, cough is a protective reflex. Okay, it is a kind of reflex action. Cough is a protective reflex. Its purpose being expulsion of respiratory secretions and foreign particles from the air passages. So you can say it is a kind of protective reflex in order to remove all the respiratory secretions and foreign particles from the airways. Otherwise, it may lead to a problematic condition because so many bacterial infections may be invading in your respiratory tract. So you can say cough is a kind of protective reflex by which all the entire air passage will be cleared off. Next, a cough can be a productive cough or a non-productive cough. You can say useful or useless cough. So it can be a useless cough or useful cough. So coughing can be useless or useful. Useless cough means non-productive. Non-productive cough. Non-productive cough means there is no expulsion of any kind of respiratory secretion, just there is continuously coughing. So this we call it as non-productive cough, or you can say dry cough also. Whereas useful cough means this is a kind of productive cough. Means after coughing, some mucus has been secreted inside your mouth, and that mucus you need to spit out. So that is useful cough. So useful cough is also known as productive cough. Now non-productive cough is also known as useless cough. Means we don't have any use of such kind of coughing because these coughing may be rather tiring. It may disturb sleep also. So we need to suppress this thing. So we need to suppress this useless cough. Because we don't have any use of coughing, there is no production or clearing of the air passages. Rather, it will be tiring or it may damage your pharynx and your throat. So you need to suppress this useless cough. But in case of useful cough, it is a kind of productive cough. Means it helps in clearing the respiratory passages. So we need not to suppress the useful cough or productive cough. But rather, we can simplify with an ease, we can remove these cough. So we need not to know suppression. We should not suppress the useful cough, but we can ease the coughing process. We can ease the removal of the respiratory mucosa. So accordingly, we should give the medications. So we'll write over here pharmacology of drugs for suppressing the cough. So we have got different set of drugs for treating useful cough and useless cough. First of all, we'll talk about non-productive cough. Non-productive cough. You can also call it as dry cough and useless cough. So here basically there is no clearing off of your respiratory tract. So we can treat this condition with the help of pharyngeal demulcents. Okay, so first class of drug is pharyngeal demulcent. So pharyngeal demulcents such as lozenges, syrups, glycerin and licorice. These are widely used. So basically the role of these pharyngeal demulcents are they will soothe the throat and reduce afferent impulses from the inflamed or irritated pharyngeal mucosa, thus provide symptomatic relief in dry cough arising from the throat. Next, another class of drugs that can be used for treating these dry coughs are antitussives. Okay. See, this pharyngeal curve, they will act peripherally. These antitussives, they will act centrally plus peripherally. So basically how they will work, we'll see. Peripherally means they will reduce the impulses of the coughing in your throat as such. Centrally means how they will act, Suppose this is your brain. So somewhere over here will be your cough center. So what these drugs, these antitussives will do, they will reduce the threshold for coughing. So reducing the threshold of coughing means they will automatically depress this cough center. They will inhibit the activation of the cough center, thereby reducing the cough. So these antitussives are purely used in the treatment of dry cough, okay, because they are suppressing the cough. We cannot use antitussives in productive cough, because productive cough means it is a protective mechanism. The mucus will be produced, the respiratory tract will be cleared off. So we should never use antitussives in a productive cough, but we can use it in a non-productive cough. Next, antitussives again are of three types. So I'll write over here. First one is opioids. The examples of opioids are codeine, ethyl morphine, and lastly Folcodine. Okay. Next, another class of antitussives are non-opioids. Examples of drugs coming under this class are noscapine, dextromethorphan, and lastly chlorpheniramine. Next, the third class is antihistamines. So the drug coming under this class are chlorpheniramine, diphenhydramine, and lastly promethazine. Okay, so these are the two class of drugs that can be used in the treatment of dry cough. Dry cough is also known as non-productive cough or useless cough, because there is no use of coughing over here. Just there will be rashes produced in your throat, and we need to suppress this kind of cough. So for suppressing, we can use pharyngeal demulcent that mainly acts peripherally, whereas antitussives that will act both centrally as well as peripherally. Peripherally, it will reduce the impulses of coughing, and centrally it will reduce the threshold of the coughing, so that it will suppress the cough center in your brain. Okay, so pharyngeal demulcents examples are lozenges, syrups, glycerin, and licorice, whereas antitussives have got three classes: opioids, non-opioids, and antihistamines. So this was all regarding your treatment of non-productive cough. Next we shall check out treatment for productive cough. So coming to productive cough, also known as useful cough. It is a useful protective mechanism which is helpful in clearing of your respiratory passages. So the drugs that can be used for easing this removal or clearing of your respiratory passages are expectorants. These are expectorants. Expectorants are also known as mucokinetics. Okay, the name only says everything. Kinetics or kinesis means movement, and what is moving? The mucus. The mucus is been moving and removed out of your respiratory tract. Next, expectorants are again of two types. First one is secretion enhancers. Secretion enhancers. and secondly we have got mucolytics. So now their name only says everything. First of all, coming to secretion enhancers. Secretion enhancers means they are increasing the secretion from your mucous glands, from your respiratory tract, so that it can be easily moved to your mouth and then you can easily spit off or throw it out from your mouth. So examples of drugs coming under secretion enhancers are potassium citrate, next potassium iodide, guaifenesin, Tolu balsam, or you can say balsam of Tolu, next Vasaka, and ammonium chloride. Okay, so what these set of drugs are doing, they are increasing the secretions. So basically all your bronchial glands will be irritated to increase the secretion, and thereby all the secretion are moving to your mouth and you can easily spit it off. So these are secretion enhancers. Next, coming to mucolytics. See, lysis means breakdown, and what is being broken down? The mucus. So the mucus has been broken down in order to reduce its viscosity. It will become less viscous, more fluid in nature, so that it can be easily moved to your mouth and you can easily spit it out. So examples of drugs coming under mucolytics are bromhexine, next ambroxol, acetylcysteine, and lastly carbocystine. So basically these are the drugs that can be used in the treatment of productive cough, that is expectorants. See, these set of drugs, they are mainly acting by increasing the bronchial glands secretion. Okay, whereas these drugs, they are just increasing the, or you can say it is liquefying the mucus. Therefore, these mucolytics are specially useful in patients with tracheostomy, even in asthmatic bronchitis and cystic fibrosis who have thick tenacious sputum or mucus plug. So they are reducing the viscosity and so that it can be easily expelled out. But these drugs, they are increasing the secretion. How? By activation of the bronchial glands. So much of glandular secretion is been increased, and then the sputum will come to your mouth and you can easily spit it off. So this was about pharmacology of drugs used in the treatment of cough.